Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Greetings to anyone who's currently watching this video. My name is Nasyafka Dinanti with my partner Khadafi Ali Mactasya. Today we will be reading our summary of Mice and Men. I will start my reading. Of Mice and Men is a tragic story of two men, George Milton and Lenny Small, who are ranch workers that moved to work in a ranch during the Great Depression. The story starts with our two main characters being dropped off far from their actual destination, the two of them conversing with each other on their way to the ranch. Lenny, who is the bigger and yet more meek of the two, is revealed to have an intellectual disability and was chased out of their previous town due to his fondness of petting cute things. Unfortunately, he tried to pet a girl's skirt and was mistaken as a pervert. He also has incredible strength, which he clumsily does not keep in check. This is shown with how he accidentally killed a mouse while trying to give it a pet on their way to the ranch. His other companion, George, acts as a caretaker for Lenny and often pulls him out of trouble despite his loud proclamation of how easier his life would be without Lenny. Their back and forth banter, however, is riddled with fondness. They talk about their dreams of owning their own piece of land to grow a rabbit farm on, much to Lenny's childlike delight. On the next day, they arrive at the ranch. George, feeling a tad afraid of how the new boss would react to Lenny, decided it would be a good idea to be the one doing talking and lie about their relationship to one another, claiming that they're cousins and saying Lenny's autism came from a childhood accident. They are hired despite this deception. The men later on meet the rest of the ranch members, which are Candy, the resident one-armed handyman and his old dog, and also Curly, the boss's possessive and somewhat nasty son. He's very suspicious with the new ranch hands, especially when it comes to his very flirtatious wife. And understandably so, because when George and Lenny were alone in their new house, Curly's wife, who remains unnamed even to the end of the novella, arrived to flirt with them. Lenny's very innocent personality finds her red fingernails and shoes, makeup, and two revealing clothing as completely fascinating. However, George knows that she would only bring trouble for them and warns Lenny from conversing with her. The two men later on meet another ranch hand named Slim, a skilled mule driver who acts as an authority figure for the other workers. Slim chats with them, commenting on how rare their bond is even as cousins. The next day, George admitted that he and Lenny aren't actually cousins, but instead childhood best friends. He confided to him on how Lenny sometimes unintentionally causes trouble. Slim later agrees to give Lenny one of the puppies that his dog just birthed. Another stable hand, Carlson, who has been telling Candy to put down his old dog, also manages to convince the older man. Slim also going along with the idea by saying that the death would be a welcome relief to the suffering animal. Candy finally relented to mercy kill his dog.
Lenny's plan to start their own ranch, offers his own life savings as long as they let him live with them too. Slim returns to the workers with Lee, who is taking and carrying his suspicion about his wife to him. A scuffle happens in which it ends up with Lenny accidentally breaking Curly's hand with his strength. Slim uses it to blackmail Curly to not fire George and Lenny. The next day, Lenny accidentally killed the puppy that Slim gave him. His wife, who saw this, decided to give him comfort, both of them having a heart-to-heart conversation, with Curly's wife admitting to regret marrying Curly and giving up her dream as an actress. Lenny also tells that he loves petting soft things, and she offers to let him feel her hair. Lenny grabbed her too enthusiastically, and in his panic to quiet her eyes, accidentally broke her neck with his strength. Lenny flees to Salinas River where he and George decide as their meeting place if one of them gets in trouble. The men who were out came back to the ranch and realized what had happened, deciding to hunt Lenny down. George immediately going to the designated spot that he knew Lenny would be waiting for. Lenny was devastated for his actions, and George decided to calm him down. He began to tell the story on how their rabbit farm would be together. He knows how there is nothing else to do, and as the angry mob grows closer, he keeps Lenny distracted with his talk about how their dream future would be. The men arrived, and George pretended to wrestle away the gun before finally shooting Lenny. Slim was the only one who understood that. Much like Candy's old dog, George killed his friend out of mercy. Slim guided the grieving men away as the rest of the ranch hands watched them in confusion.
That is all for the Of Mice and Men summary. Thank you very much for your undivided attention. And I hope you would enjoy and check out the book.